Welcome back to Capacity and Clarity. This is the Sustainable Power series where we talk about how high achieving midlife women build real success without burning out. Because you're not tired because you're doing too much. You're tired because you're carrying too much. And today is part 2, and we're talking all about the invisible energy drains. So here are some of the top energy drains that are hidden, that we don't realize, that we think it's A, B, C, D, but what's hiding and lurking in our unconscious tends to be emotional labor, right? All the things, the emotions that we're carrying, that we're feeling, that, get to the surface and we kind of push them down. Anticipatory responsibility. So, the things that haven't even happened yet that we're thinking about and we're worrying about and we're stressing about and that haven't even happened yet, but it's coming up. So thinking about, holidays, the prepping, the shopping, the cleaning of the house, like all those things that haven't happened yet, but we're anticipating them. So it's responsibility that falls on us that we're thinking about. Another energy hidden drain is the misaligned yeses. It's the things that we say yes to in the moment. Maybe we're on a high, on an energetic high. This happens to me sometimes. I'm like, all like, hey, let's get together to do this. And you're like, yeah, and then we hit an energetic drain and we're like, oh yeah, no, I don't want to do that. Like, why did I say yes to that? So misaligned yeses are things that we say yes to that we don't really want to do, or we didn't really fully think about it. And then all of a sudden we're dreading the event or the thing or whatever it is that we said yes to. The cupcake bake sale that we're like, oh man, I should have said no. The extra volunteering stuff that, we kind of get roped into or guilted into. Think about the things that we get guilted into. Unresolved emotional loops, those tend to drain our energy, especially when those tend to be the things that keep us up at night. So an event happened, something happened that left us feeling not great, and we replay that in our head. Like, I can't believe that person did that. I can't believe that person said that. I can't believe I said that. Did I hurt their feelings? Did I not hurt their feelings? Like, those tend to be some of the things that go through my mind if I have an unresolved emotional loop. It's things that we replay in our head. Did that happen? Did that not happen? We ask people, what do you think of this? Or our partners, like, do you think saying that might have offended them? Or I can't believe that they said that. Anyways, unresolved emotional loops, they keep us up at night and they keep running in the background. So when we explain overfunctioning, let me explain overfunctioning. So when we typically are doers, let's say we're perfectionists, let's say we're success driven, we typically sometimes fall into a pattern of fixing other people's emotions when people are not, when people are like, how are you? And they're like, oh, not great. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, you're reframing them and it's okay. And, things happen for us. And, we're fixing other people's emotions because it's too uncomfortable to hang out with somebody who's depressed. We want them to be happy like we are. So when we typically fix other people's emotions, like that, don't feel like that. Don't do that. Do this instead, right? We fix other people's emotions. Children, typically, we do that for our children. We do that for our spouse because it's uncomfortable to watch the people that we love suffer. As a mom, let that be a sign. We don't want our kids to suffer. And so we try to fix and fix and fix instead of just supporting them and allowing them to go through things on their own. We overmanage our kids and our spouses. Sometimes we take on the responsibility to not only fix their emotions, but manage their life, manage their cleanliness, manage their finances, manage all their things because we want them to be the best versions. And I think this is one of the biggest energy drains out there for women is that, and I was talking about this the other day too, is about my expectations for you. right? So as a mom, my children, over managing my children looks like me wanting them to be better than they want for themselves. I want you to be better off financially than I was. So I really want you to start saving your money. So let's create a plan so that you can start saving your money. That's over managing your kids, especially adult kids. I've got one who just tipped the scale at 18. So the law says she's an adult, and stepping back and allowing them to manage their own lives. What is it that you want to do for you? How can I help you in that? Another energy drain, like a unrealized one, is holding marriages together. And so when we're trying to scotch tape our relationship and band-aid things that are really falling apart, or even, let's say, broken, they're never really broken, but they're falling apart, that is a huge energy drain versus going through the motions of addressing what needs to be addressed and fixed, including working on yourself. And so when we are really just scrambling to hold a relationship or a marriage together, that's a huge energy drain, because we're just pretending, we're just going through the motions. We're afraid to lose it. And we're also afraid to fix it, because it's going to require us each individually to do more or do something different that you've never done before that could be really uncomfortable. And that fear prevents us from fixing. And it's just like holding. And then sometimes things crumble that way too. But always, typically, another hidden energy drain is always being the strong one. So like, I can handle it. I can do it. Look at me. That's a person who also never says no, right? I can do it. I can handle it. I'm the strong one. I can help my parents. I'm kind of in that little stuck place too. But because of the energy drain that I'm like, I can't do this energy drain, I can't allow this energy drain, I'm already starting to realize that, again, I can't want better for them than they want for themselves. And I cannot be the strong one to hold them together, because it's going to end up breaking me. So sometimes we just have to be like, I can't do this. Acknowledge our limits, our capacity. Part of the biggest energy drain is realizing that our energy has a capacity. And when we exceed that capacity, that's where burnout comes into play. So stop being the strong one for everybody. Be the strong one for you. Hold as much as you can for them. Pray and wish for them, the people in your life who maybe need some support or prayer. But being that strong one is also a hidden energy drain, because over functioning looks like strength, but it feels like depletion. Like we're just energy. We get to the point where it's like, oh, but I have to. You don't. You don't have to do anything. You get to if you have the energy. So maintaining our energetics is super, super important, because not energetics, fake strength is draining. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I would love to hear your comments or how this resonates with you, and all the things that I'm saying. Your energetic baseline lowers when you override your truth. So our truth is our ability, right? So when we get into denial, and denial stands for didn't even know I am lying to myself. When we get into denial, that's when we get energetic drains. It's because we're lying to ourselves. Oh, I can do that. No, you can't. I can handle that. Can you? Like, is it you're going to drain you? Then you're overriding your truth. Your body is saying no, but your mind is saying yes. And it's like, when do we stop and listen to our body? Those pains, all those is a drain on our energetics. That's what dis-ease is that you are burning the candles at both ends. You are going beyond your mental, emotional, physical needs, burning through those, and you're tapping into your body's energetic source. And that's what's causing dis-ease. That's what's causing pain, is that you are sucking your life force, your energy force, you're giving from an empty cup. And that's what causes dis-ease on your body. Your body is basically telling you, and it's in somewhere in all of these things. Like, so if you've got pain, dis-ease, skin irritations, inflammation, whatever it is, let that be a sign that you are energetically drained by one of these hidden drains. And I'm going to ask you, which one is it? And if you would just stop and pay attention and pull back and do some boundaries and say no, your health will come back, because chronic resentment shrinks your capacity. Because if we're doing things with resentment, with anger, with frustration, that shrinks our capacity even more, because it's not coming from light and love and energetic and lightness. It's coming from heaviness. It's coming from depletion. And so those types of things. So pay attention to emotions and the resentment that you feel towards the things that you're saying yes to. Maybe it's time to say no to. And that's going to maybe disappoint some people, and that's okay. But if you're in truth with yourself and others, and in love with yourself and others, you can share this with them without disappointment. Listen, I would really love to do A, B, C, D, but I just really can't right now. I've got way too many things on the go. But circle back and, maybe we can do something else. This is probably what I could handle at this time. So you're not letting yourself down, but you're not letting them down also. And it gives them the opportunity, because nothing drives me batty more than people saying yes when they don't want to. I'm like, because I know. I'm like, please think about it. Before you say yes, just think about it. And then let me know, because it is disappointing when you put your faith into somebody and then they say no. But also, I've gone to the place in my life where somebody says yes to something and then they back out. I don't hold it against them. I'm just like, it's totally fine. For whatever reason they can't, and it is what it is. And I've learned to really accept that and deal with that and not allow it to disappoint me or take away from my joy or whatever. That takes a whole level of awareness and clarity and self-acceptance and whatever else, that it's totally fine. So pay attention to that as well. So let me ask you, as I wrap this little video up, like, where are you over functioning? Where are you doing too much? Think about it for a second, because as we lean into the next episode, we're going to realize, I'm going to teach you how to say no effectively and with boundaries, so that you can sustain your energy, maintain your energy, and still not let people down and get all the things that you want to get done. So if this resonated with you, download the Sustainable Energy Guide, or Sustainable Power Guide, below, and start with one section. You don't need more hustle. You need sustainable capacity. See you in the next training video.